Hey folks, this is Vincent Natalie with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're gonna play Age of Civilization. This game supports 1 to 4 players, it's for ages 10 and up, and the average play time is about 30 minutes. It's worth mentioning that this is our first time playing. It just came in the mail, so we're not gonna get everything right, but we will do our best. If we've sparked interest and you end up buying the game, then we've done our job in showing you another great game to play. So this is the box insert. Some of the stuff we won't be using. Yeah, this tray actually comes out. It's a double layered box of sorts. It's a very tiny box, but a lot comes in that box. So yeah, box here. These are the cards and the meeples and the other things that we're not using for this particular game. In addition to the core stuff, the game has variants that you can include to make the game more interesting or more complex, whatever. The game comes with a scenario guide, which is more for single player, so you can mess with that. And of course there's the rulebook, which is roughly 36 pages, but a lot of that is like explanation as to what the different civilizations do. For those of you just hearing about this game for the first time, think like Civilization, the video game, but in a more condensed form. This is a worker placement game at heart, where we're going to be, over the course of 6 rounds, taking actions. There is a permanent action board here that starts on the left side, and from round to round it's going to be moving across this track like that. Think of this as like a timer. When it gets all the way to the end, then the game is over once we complete this round. During a round, we can do these 3 actions that are on the permanent. It's throughout the entire game. We can utilize these 3 actions. There's Wonder, Research, and Exploit. But the other actions that are available down here, which I just messed up, yeah. So the other ones can only be utilized when this is over top of it. So in the beginning of the game, we can hunt, fish, and farm, but once this moves here, we can now fish, farm, and build. Once this moves here, we can farm, build, and conquest, of course, in addition to that. But the type of actions we can take will change based on the timeline and the current round. Also, there are symbols in the upper left corner of some of these cards. This indicates a war. Whenever this timeline reaches one of those cards, not the ones that are already here at the beginning of the game, these don't count, but whenever this reaches a new one, a battle will happen, and all that happens is whichever player has the lowest amount of strength. Strength is indicated by these little shield icons. Players will be gaining these shield icons. Whoever has the lowest number will end up losing a worker, and that's pretty much it. There's no other downside to that. There's also a plague on the time track, which when the timeline gets there, everyone loses 1 worker. For that current round. So what about this other stuff up here? Well, this is the civilization deck. Players can have a total of 3 civilizations throughout the game and only 1 active at a time. And over the course of 6 rounds, we're going to be drafting these new civilizations. We can either take a civilization and put it on top, meaning we observe its primary ability here, or we can like tuck it underneath an existing civilization and only use it for its other effect down here. This one in yellow is permanent so as long as it's the active civilization. This ability will always be available to you whether or not this is on top or tucked underneath another one. The little meeples on the left tell you how many workers you get for worker placement actively for your current round. So you might get, if you pick Arabia to begin with, you'll have 3 workers. But let's say that in a future round you end up, covering up Arabia with the Slavs here. There's 4 meeples, so now you'll have 4 workers, and instead of having this permanent ability, now you'll have this permanent ability, and then plus these other 2 on the bottom. And again, these legacy civilizations, these bottom abilities will always be available to you. And again, you can have a total of 3 civilizations. Of course, you can always pass if you don't want to take one for that current round. Above that are wonders. There's a deck of wonders. You shuffle them up and you deal 5, which is basically that. So I believe it's 5. I'll have to double check on that before we begin. I think it's based on the number of players, to be honest with you. Then above that is a scoreboard. Players will just earn points throughout the game. Above that are tokens. There we go. The blue ones are technologies, tokens. That's for our technology boards. Players will be able to gain technology throughout the game. You start on the bottom, and then you follow the arrows. So this writing will lead to education, which then leads into either science or engineering. Sailing here leads to mathematics, and then the black arrows point to either science, engineering, or gunpowder. So mining goes to that. And then you'll be gaining abilities, like passive abilities and buffs as you go. So players will be earning technologies. This is the money up here. The silver is worth 1, and the gold is worth something else. I think it's 3. I'll have to double check on that as well. But that, for the most part, is the game. We're going to be taking turns, taking actions, assigning workers, stuff like that, and trying to earn the most victory points. Okay, now I know that things are kind of hard to see. Again, this is a very small game, so there's a lot of small components. We will try and read off to you everything that we're picking so that you can follow along with us. And I'll try and zoom in as much as humanly possible without missing out on stuff. Alright, so she's got the first player marker, so she gets to go first. On the first turn of the game, you're going to pick one of these 5 civilizations to become your main civilization. So which one would you like to pick to become your active civilization?
Oh, jeez. I guess I'll do...
It's a big decision.
It's hard. There's so many things I want to do. Alright. See, I want 2 of them.
I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you folks can possibly see them.
Okay. What is hunt again? What does hunt say?
Okay, so which one are you looking at?
This one.
That's, hunt is, that means that you can take this action even if, like, let's say that this is over there.
Yeah,
right? And hunt is no longer available here.
Mm-hmm.
You can still take the hunt action as anytime you want.
Yeah, I was just wondering what it actually said.
Hunt is you get +1 money.
Okay.
Just +1 money. And if you have no technology, I'll go ahead and zoom back out. If you have no technology on your board yet, you get a victory point.
So do all those effects, so if you put 1 worker on each of those...
You can hunt twice, basically, right?
Oh, okay, I see.
Right. So you can hunt... So the way the iconography works is this simply means that you put a worker here. If there's a number in the circle, then you have to pay money to use that action. But there's no money listed in the circle, so you just pay 1 worker, and then you get the bonus here. Other cards like this research here has both a worker symbol and money in the middle. So you have to both pay a worker and the money. Now, some of these you'll notice are red. Red simply means that when you put a worker here, and whether or not you pay anything or not, you actually have to sacrifice your worker and you do not get them back unless you take a rest action later, which we'll get to if we get to it. Okay. So yeah, that's the... To getting back to your question, the Congo have, when you rest, you gain +1 money and 2 victory points. Resting, instead of taking actions with your meeples, you can just say, I'm not going to do anything this round. You get 2 money and 1 worker. So again, Congo starts with 3, but if you rest with Congo, you can get a 4th meeple, and then, of course, some extra money. And then the ability says when you rest, gain another money and 2 victory points. So Congo actually gives you benefits for skipping your entire turn. Whether or not you want to utilize that is up to you. Yeah. Every civilization does something a little different.
Okay. I will take the Slavs.
Okay, so let me see what the Slavs do.
Go ahead.
Okay, so the Slavs, for every... Let me go ahead and zoom in there. There we go. Every turn end, if you have the most strength, these shields, +1 money. And then you get a passive +1 shield already. So you've already got 1 shield. So you're like taking a military route here. Now you get 4 of these...
Meeples.
Meeples, right. So this is going to be your civilization.
Okay.
to start with, and you have 4 workers with that.
Now, because I picked that one, does that mean I have to put a coin on each technology?
Yes, correct. Every one that you do not pick, you put a coin on. Silvers are 1, and I checked the golds are 3.
Okay.
All right, and then we put a new technology out, Carthage. Okay. And now you get to take your turn. You've got 4 people to assign to the spaces here. Some civilizations have their own action space, depending on, what is this, Berber?
Yeah.
Has a trade action on it, which is nice. And it gives you a bonus to trading, which sounds good. Considering that trade by default is here and players won't get to it for quite a while.
Yeah. Oh, man, this is tough. All right. I will... I have no money.
Well, you can get money. Again, you can utilize these 6 spaces over here. You can hunt, you can fish, you can farm, or you can, exploit means sacrifice a worker for 2 money.
How do you get them back? You just get them back from cards?
Well, there's a couple of ways. You can rest, which means you skip your current actions for those rounds and you get a worker back.
Yeah.
Or you take a new civilization on a future round, and in doing so, you get the new meeple count, whatever that ends up being.
Okay.
Now, if you annex, meaning you slide a new civilization under your current civilization, you do not
get it back.
Get a new worker or anything like that.
Wow.
Actually, no, you do get 1 new worker. In doing that, but you don't observe whatever the meeples are on that civilization.
Interesting. Okay. I will... So it requires... So... You know what? I'll do hunt.
Okay, so you're going to hunt.
Yes.
So that says you get 1 money, and if you have no technology, you get 1 victory point.
Okay.
So you're up to... you're white, so you're up to 1 already. Mm-hmm.
I will do... Oh man, this is so hard. This is so many decisions. I will do... Now it takes 2 people to farm, huh?
Yes, it takes 2 people to farm, but you get 3 money for doing it.
I did 3, 4... Wow. You know what? I'll do that. I'll farm.
All right.
3 money.
3 money. You can take a gold one if you want, up to you.
Oh yeah, okay.
That's worth 3. And then you've got 1 worker left.
Alright, so this is 4 monies.
Mm-hmm.
I will... Oh, fudge.
You've got enough to research if you want. That would cost 1 worker and 4 money.
You know what? I will do that.
Okay. So that gets you a victory point per the thing here, so you're up to 2. And you get to take 1 technology cube and put it on one of the bottom ones. So there's writing, sailing, and mining.
I'm gonna go to sailing.
Sailing gives you 1 shield,
Yep.
and it gives you +1 money for fishing and +1 money for trading.
Yep.
Whenever you take those actions. So you're off to a great start. So you get these workers back. None of these are on a red space, so you just get these back. And now it is my turn.
So it's the end of my turn?
Yeah, it is now the end of your turn.
Does that mean that this ability kicks in?
Yeah, what does that ability say?
If you have the most shields plus 1 income?
Yep, so you get 1 money for having the most shields at the end of your turn. All right, so now it is my turn. Now I have to pick a civilization. I may want to pick one that has money on it. Trading gets me money and a victory point. Every turn end, gain a money. That's nice. This one is research -1, so it's cheaper to research. And I get research for writing, sailing, and mining, though. So that it's cheaper for me to research writing, sailing, and the first 3 the first 3 technologies are cheaper by 1 money. Plus, the bottom one says culture -1. Not when you use education, but if you use it here. I don't know if well, here's the thing. I could cover this up later and still have access to that. So that might be something to think about. Cheaper technologies, I might go that route. This says every turn end plus a money per 2 technologies. I don't have any technologies, so it's not really helpful for me. When Carthage rises, gains 3 times the amount of money that's already on here.
Oh, wow.
There's none here, so that doesn't help me at all. Congo, when you rest, the trade is beneficial, I think. I like the trade, but it's down here. But again, I gain access to it immediately. Trade is gain 2 money, other players get 1 money. But in doing trade, I get additional money and a victory point every time I trade. Oh, I like both of these civilizations, I really do. But this is 2 workers and this is 4. I'm gonna take Harpa, is that what that is? Harappa. Yeah, Harappa. So I get 1 money and I have to put 1 from the bank on each of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a new civilization comes out, and this is my new active one. This is going to help me research. I get 4 meeples per that card here. So let's start getting some money. Let's go with farming. I'm going to do something like that. That gets me 3 money. So I'm just going to take the gold. I'm going to, well, here's the thing. If I hunt first, if I have no technologies, I get a victory point. But do I get something for, let's see, fishing, trading, build is -1, writing, culture, plus, see, I'm not there yet. You know, let's do the hunt first. I'll gain a money. Just basically what you did. And if I have no technologies, I gain a victory point.
It seems that hunt is always first. Is that the case?
Well, here's the thing. This is the recommended timeline per the rulebook.
Okay.
And once you get used to the game, you can shuffle these cards and deal them out randomly. The rulebook recommended for your first game that you align the cards like this, in this particular order.
If hunt was last, wouldn't it be kind of useless?
Probably. I mean, unless there's an ability that would help other civilizations with hunt. I don't know. My last meeple, I'm going to research, and that actually makes it cheaper for me. Research -$1 for writing, sailing, and mining. So I'm going to pay 3 rather than 4, and I get a victory point. So I'm up to 2, and I'm going to gain 1 of these technologies. Culture down here. Culture is this. So that's a ways off. Unless I go for education later, every turn end you may culture without using a worker. Culture is simply pay 4 money to get 2 victory points. So I would need a steady income for me to use that. I think I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna put mine into sailing so that I can gain more from fishing and trading like you did. And I guess that's it for me. So now I take these back, and this slides down, and now first player marker comes to me, and this is round 2. So now at the beginning of my turn, I have a choice to make with regard to these civilizations. I can take one and cover up my existing one. I could take one and annex it, put it underneath, and gain a worker. I'm already at 4 of those, so that's kind of silly. And some money, but so I'm going to pass. I'm not going to take any of these. I'm not going to worry about it. So I think I'm just going to go straight to the worker placement part. So I'm going to go with. I kind of like the idea of farming, although fishing gives me a bonus money. So I'm going to do for 1 worker. I'm going to fish, get a money and another money. So I'm going to get 2 money. And I'm going to research again for $3 and take maybe writing or mining. So these go away, right? And I'm trying to make use of this ability as much as possible. I'm gonna take writing, even though I don't have culture yet. Culture is down here. It's gonna be coming at some point, and then I'll make use of that. I've got 2 workers left. I could farm, make some money that way. I don't have enough for a wonder. At $7 and I lose a worker, and I could take 1 of those. I might just either farm. Let's do... Hunting is kind of worthless now. It's just 1 money. I'm gonna farm for 3 money. And just get 3. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm up to 4. Now I resolve these guys. Just bring them back. None of them are in red spaces. And that's my turn. And now you have a choice to make with these civilizations. Do you want to replace your primary with something else? Keep it. Annex. If you annex, you already have 4 workers, so like you wouldn't get another one.
Yeah. Alright. I will pass.
Okay.
Does that mean that you put a coin on each of these when you pass?
I am not sure. That's something I'd have to look up. Because no, it just says do nothing to the civilization market. You skip the rise annex civilization steps and proceed to step 2. So no.
Okay.
I think it's only when you take one, whichever one you didn't take are the ones that you put money on.
I see. Alright, so I'll just pass 2 then.
Okay. You still have multiple rounds to go, so we've got time.
Alright, I'm going to... what was I going to do? I'm going to... I will exploit to gain 2 monies.
Ah, okay.
And then I will fish
Okay.
for 2 monies because of my sailing.
Right. Got it.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
There you go.
Alright, and then... What the heck am I gonna do?
Got 2 workers left.
Yeah. Dang. I'm trying to see what those wonders are. They don't appeal to me, to be honest. You know what? I'm gonna go with research.
Alright, so for $4, you can
$4. I got a victory point,
get a victory point.
and I'm gonna technologicalize mathematics.
Ah, so that's research minus $1. So all research is just minus $1 now for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I still have a worker left,
Yes, you do.
and I can't really do anything with it. I don't think I can do anything with it, so I'm gonna have to pass, right?
You can put it on. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're kind of there's no none of these are one
I
space.
should have exploited him last turn.
That's okay. You're fine. So you get all these guys back except for this one because he's on a red space.
Yeah.
So he's gone permanently now.
Yeah.
Unless you rest in the future or annex. So you have 3 workers now instead of 4
Okay.
for future rounds.
So it's the end of my turn?
Yes, and you have the
So-
most shields, so you get a free money
Okay.
for your civilization bonus.
Okay.
Okay, so now we move on to round 3. This comes back to you. We are now on a war space,
Ooh.
meaning whoever has the least amount of shields loses a worker, which is me, because I don't have any. So I will lose one of my yellow ones, and I'm down to 3 workers.
Okay.
So now that we're here, it is now your turn.
Okay.
So now you have a choice. Do you want to take a new civilization, make it your permanent one, or do you want to annex one?
I'm gonna annex.
Okay, so that means put it underneath and gain a worker.
Right.
And
So
2
can I
money.
get the monies?
You also take the monies, correct. So
So-
the money that is on top of here,
Okay.
right?
And-
So let's go ahead and do 1, 2,
Yep.
3, 4. Yep.
And so, okay, so annexing gives you just the worker, or did it give you money?
It just says you gain 1 worker token from the supply. It doesn't say anything about
Okay.
new money.
Alright.
Maybe I misspoke earlier.
That's right.
So now you have 4 workers again.
Okay.
And now we put a new one out here. This is Malay. Yeah.
Malay rises if you have sailing plus. Oh wow. Alright.
So what's your new annexed ability? Like,
every turn end get a money.
oh, okay. That's nice.
Yeah. So I will. Oh, it's 2 workers to farm. Holy crap. Well, this is hard. Oh, is this a war symbol? Oh, did we just do
We
that?
just did it.
Oh, sorry.
There's one coming up on trade, however. So there's another war coming.
I see. Oh my gosh. Alright, I will do farming 2 workers for farming, so that's 3 monies.
Yep.
And I will research both.
Okay, so that's
6.
all of your money.
3, 6.
Actually, no, because it's -1, so yeah, it's...
Yeah, 6.
Yeah, 6 total, yep. So instead of it being 8, it's going to be 6.
Yep.
-1 for each.
Yep.
So you get 2 blue cubes,
Yeah.
and what are you going to take?
I will do...
And you also get 2 victory points, 1 for each research. So you're up to 5.
Oh, I see, okay. I will do... Dang, that's a good one, too. Dang it. This is hard. I'll do mining
Okay.
and... Oh, I could have done Conquest. Get Chavi in the way. Alright, I'll do,
Yeah.
I'll do ironworking. Whatever.
Okay. So you're good?
Yeah.
Okay, so you get these guys back.
Okay.
Alright. And now it is my turn. I've got 3 workers to mess with, but I can also either take a new one. I might actually do that considering that I'm down to 3. Let's see. Money. Every turn end, plus money per 2 technologies. I would get 6 money if I take that one, which isn't too bad. I could always annex it too. And every time I trade...
Oh, can I take some back and just exploit?
No.
Because if I had exploited it, this would have gone away because it was part of the farm. But that's okay, whatever. It doesn't.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead. Dang.
Congo, when you rest, no. Let's go, when this rises, gain a technology for free per 2 bonus money. I kind of want to take Carthage just to get some extra money, and that would be 6 money I would get. It's times 3 the amount of money on the card. And I'd annex it, and then put this underneath, I think, and get a free worker out of it. So I might do that. I'm going to go ahead and I get a victory point every time I trade, which is coming up. So I'm going to go ahead and take Carthage and annex it. That gives me a worker back, and I get this money. But again, when Carthage, when it rises, I would only get 2, not 6. Darn. I'd have to put this on top. Well, there's only 1 left. But if I take Carthage, I'm still stuck with 3 workers as opposed to 4. That's a tough decision. How badly do I need that 6 money? And how badly do I want mining and ironworking and gunpowder? I might still take Carthage anyway, and then just replace it later. It's just basically I'm getting 6 money. This trade down here, if Malay rises, if you have sailing, gain a victory point. And it has the fish thing, which I could always use because I've got sailing. So I could gain more money through Malay. The downside is I just won't have... this is tough. There's so many decisions to make in this.
Yeah, there is, man.
Okay. I may need to start trying to go for victory points. Okay, so what I'm going to do... I'm actually going to take Malay. Even though this looks appealing, I kind of want to overwrite this. So now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. And when Malay rises, if you have sailing, gain a victory point. So I just gain a victory point there. And now I've got the fish and the culture -1 on here. And then we need a new one coming out. Gull. Okay, so now I have 4 workers again, because there's 4 workers on the Malay card. So now I need to figure out what I'm going to do with this. Okay. I kind of want to take mathematics as soon as possible so that I can get cheaper research. Trade every cult. No. Oh man, this is tough. Okay. Let's do. Okay, I think I know what I'm gonna go after here.
Sorry, you added every coin, right?
I did.
Okay.
I'm gonna do research. I'm gonna gain, that's 4 money. And I gain a victory point. And I'm going to take education. And now I'm going to fish, which gives me 2. 1 plus sailing is 2. So I get 2. And I've got 2 workers left. Building doesn't really do much for me. Let's go. I might have to farm again because there's not a whole lot I can do. Yeah, I guess I'll farm. That gets me 3 money. 1, 2, 3. And that'll set me up for next turn, I guess. And at the end of my turn, because I have education, this says you may culture if you want without using a worker. Culture is meaning spend 4 money to get 2 victory points, but I'm not going to do that yet. So I'm just going to kind of hang out. So this is done. These workers come back. This slides up. Unfortunately, this means for me...
I think I forgot to give myself 2 coins in my last turn.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, take your 2 coins
I'm
in.
sorry.
Okay, so now we're on another war thing. I've got the least amount of workers, or the least amount of shields. I've got 1, you've got, what, like 3, 4?
6.
Wow, alright. Well,
7, actually.
Holy cow. Alright, well, I lose a worker.
Okay.
And now, new round begins.
Okay.
So the question is, do I want another civilization? I think I do. Because when Malay rises, that's just a one-off. I need something that's permanent. And I'm liking... Carthage would get me 9 money. It's a one-off. You know what? I'm going to take Carthage. That gives me... I'm going to have it rise. I get 3 workers, though. So the downside to this is there's no way for me to get workers back unless I rest. But yeah, I can't pass up that many this much money. So I'm gonna put that on top, and this gives me 3 times 3 is 9.
Nice.
So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
And 1 in each thing?
Yeah, 1 on each.
Okay. 2, 3.
And this says 3 workers, so I have 3 workers. A new card comes out.
Sorry.
That is...
We can't get any more civilizations.
I can't. You've got 2.
Oh, yeah.
So I cannot get any more civilizations. So from here, I am going to... Let's see, I've got a trade one now that says when I trade, I get a victory point every time I trade. So I'm going to send a worker here. This means that I get 2 money, all other players get 1, but I have a trade plus 1 on here, and I have a trade plus 1 on my sailing. So I'm going to get 3 money, you're going to get 1, and I get a victory point. Nice. So I'm up to 5. My second worker, when you gain this, plus victory points per future round. That's just, if I gain science, I get 2 victory points. Do I want to... I kind of want to... If I build a wonder, I'm going to be really hurting on victory points, I think. Or on workers, because I only have 3. Building a wonder makes me sacrifice 1.
No. Does it? Oh, yeah it does. What is build, then?
Build is just spend 2 workers and $2 and get 2 victory points.
Oh, okay. That's a weird way to do it.
Yeah. Part of me wants to...
Or to word it.
I just might want to set myself up for a future round and be done with it. Man, that is a tough decision to make. Every turn end, you make culture. Wow. Okay. I'm setting myself up as best I can here, but at the same time... crap. Alright, I may... Alright, I'm YOLO. I need the victory points. So I'm gonna spend $7 in a worker. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I get 3 victory points. And I'm gonna take the Hanging Gardens, which is the culture. Plus 1 victory point for every time you culture.
Nice.
And these do not get refilled.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got 1 worker left.
Are there only 5 wonder cards?
Yes. Well, no, there's more than 5 in the deck.
Oh, it's shuffled.
It's shuffled deck. Yeah. So I have 1 worker left. I kind of want to research. When you gain this plus, or do I save culture for? Or actually, let's just try and get some money. It's not a whole lot of ways I can get money at this point. I can fish. So I can fish, that gives me +1, which is 2. So that sets me up for more money later on. Now I resolve my workers. This one goes away permanently. I get 2 back. So now I've got 2 workers for the rest of the game. Mm-hmm. So my workforce is running a little low. Mm-hmm. And it is now... Do I want to culture at the end of my turn? I think I do. Mm-hmm. So that means every turn end you make culture without spending a worker. So I'm going to spend 4 money to culture per the card. And I get 2 victory points plus 1 from the Hanging Gardens. And did I get a victory point for trading? I don't think I did. Because I did trade. I got 3 monies, and yeah. Okay. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Do you have a culture card down there? The other one?
This says culture -1, but not by education.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So I should get 1 for the Hanging Gardens. Mm-hmm. So I should have 3 coming, right? I spent 4, so I have 1, 2, 3. Mm-hmm. So I'm up to 9.
Nice.
And that's it.
Okay.
So now it is your turn.
Okay.
You have the option to annex or have a civilization rise. There's still 2 more rounds to go after you're done with this one.
Alright, I think I'm going to rise.
Okay. And which one does that do?
This is when Iberia rises, gain a technology for free per 2 bonus coins. So it's just 1 technology for free, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you get a free technology from that.
Okay. Now, do I have to spend those, or is it just like
no? That's just you get them.
Yeah. Okay.
And we don't have to worry. This is it. We don't have to worry about replacing anything else here. I mean, I'll just put this out just to keep it, but
okay. So
we can't get any more.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get a free tech.
Yeah, which is gunpowder.
Wow, you really going after those shields? Okay.
Well, there's a reason.
I see.
And now this decreases, right, by 3, but.
You have 3. Yeah, 3 workers with who was that? Iberia. Yeah, 3 workers on that card. Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So I will. Oh, I should have thought of this better. All right, I'm gonna do something funny. I'm gonna research.
You're really going for those techs.
I don't know why. Actually, do I want to do that? Yeah, I'll do that. I'll research 3 coinage, and I will research culture writing.
Okay. Now, whenever you research, you get a victory point, right?
Okay. Yep. Alright, I'll do another research, and I'll do education.
Wow. All right, so you're up to 7.
Okay. And then I will do Conquest. If I have the most shields, which I'm pretty sure I do.
Yes. You get 2 victory points.
I get 2 victory points plus the victory point here, and then I have 3 gold incoming.
Okay, so let's do one at a time.
Yeah.
So you get 2 victory points for that, right? So you're up to 9.
Yeah, and then 1 additional victory point per the gunpowder.
Okay, so you're up to 10. Okay.
And then I get 2 coins because I did the Conquest.
Where do you see that? Oh, because right, your civilization.
Iberia.
Right, uh-huh.
Okay, and then every turn end, my turn is about to end, so
Okay.
I get 1 additional coin.
Okay. Sounds good.
That should be it.
Okay.
Oh, and because I have education, I can...
You can do a culture for free if you want.
Yes.
So you pay 4 coins and
All
you
my
get 2
coins.
victory points.
Yes.
So you're up to 12.
Yeah.
Wow, you're killing it. All right. So this guy does not come back.
Nope.
Because it's a red.
Yep.
And then this slides down.
Yep.
And now there's that. Now we pass on the whole civilization thing. We both have 3 civs, so we can't do anything else.
Yep.
And it is your turn. You've got 2 workers to spend for your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna Conquest.
All right, you're really pushing that Conquest. And that gives you 2 victory points, plus, so it's another 3.
Yep.
Okay.
And that is 2 coins.
Uh-huh.
Because I Conquested. And with this guy... Oh, dang. That'll get you. Dang. The only one I can do is exploit or trade. What's that one? Wow. These things, the wonders, I don't really like.
Yeah, some of these are tough. Like Pantheon,
Yeah.
Game End, if this is the only wonder you have, gain 2 victory points. Colossus, Game End, if you have Engineering, gain 2 victory points. The Petra, every turn end, if you have 5 or more money, gain a victory point. And Great Library, Game End plus a victory point per 2 technology.
Yeah. Dang. So if I did, hold on. Okay. I'll do. Oh, but what happens when you rest? You just get 1 money and 1 worker.
Yeah, but you've already taken an action this turn.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just wondering what it is.
It's
turn.
1 worker and 2 money. Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'll just do the trade.
All right.
I'll get 3 monies, and you get
1.
1.
Mm-hmm.
2, 3.
This trade does not kick in for me
Yeah.
because I didn't take that action.
Okay.
Okay, and that's it?
Yep, and this guy gets sacrificed as well.
Yes, you did. Any end of round stuff?
Oh, every turn end, I
Get a
get
money.
1 money.
Okay.
All right.
I am going to do 2 things because that's all I have. Culture. Now here's the thing. I've got a couple of things going on. Culture is minus $1 when not used by education. So I'm using the culture space, so it's only $3 to use it, first off. And that gives me 2 victory points. Plus, I've got the Wonder, Hanging Garden, plus Writing. So that's 2 more. So that gives me 2 more victory points. Let's see. And I think for my other action, I think I'm going to trade. And trading for Carthage gives me a victory point, and I get an extra money. So I get 3 money, you get 1.
Mm-hmm.
And I get a victory point because that says trade on there. Mm-hmm. So I go up another 1. And at the end of my turn, I'm going to use education to spend 4 money for culture.
Mm-hmm.
And that minus 1 does not kick in here because it says not by education. So 4 money, I get 1, 2, 3, 4. So another 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Wow, that's awesome.
and these come back to me. These slide up. Plague hits. We both lose 1 worker.
Wow.
So, like, you have no workers left. I've got 1. This comes to me. I'm just gonna, I think, just maximize as many victory points as I can. I'm gonna go with culture. That's gonna give me, for 3 money, again, because I get it for 1 cheaper. That gives me 1, 2, 3, 4 victory points. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's the only thing I have. I have no other. At the end of my turn, I can culture via education, but I don't have enough money to do that. So that's all I can do.
Oh, I cultured last time. I should have gotten an additional victory point.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go.
Sorry.
You're up to 16. All right. So you have no workers.
No, but I could still do the education.
Yes, you can. At the end of your turn, you can technically rest, get a worker back, and 2 money, right?
Okay.
Yeah, at turn end. So you would do this, you get 1 worker back, and then at the end of your turn, you can do education. So you spend 4 money.
Hold on. Now that I have a worker back.
No, it doesn't work that way.
Oh, really?
No, because you rested.
Oh, that's right. I did the action.
You
That's
took up your
right.
action
That's right.
phase to
Okay.
get a worker.
Oh, dang. All right. So fine. 4 money to get culture. So that's 3 victory points. 2 for this card and 1 because of the
Right.
writing.
1, 2, 3.
Dang. That's all I can do.
Right. And that ends the game. Do you have any end of game stuffs
No.
to calculate? I don't either.
Yeah.
You sure?
Well, I have a every turn end.
Do you have any?
One
Do
additional
you have any
point.
game end get victory points or anything?
No.
No.
Really.
Okay. That engineering has that. That's it. So yeah, we didn't have a whole lot of wonders this game to really calculate end game stuff.
I know.
So it was close. It was 22 to 19. My whole strategy this game was this culture action.
Mm-hmm.
When I saw that I had that, I was like, and then I saw the hanging gardens out here.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I wonder if I can use this together to double down on the culture and get some money, some quick victory points that way. I saw you going for the shield, so I'm like, there's no way I'm going to go with mining. That's why I didn't do the mining with this first one. I'm like, there's no point. You're going to jump ahead.
Yeah.
So this was tough. Like,
It was tough.
What did you think? Did you enjoy it?
I wanted to go for gunpowder because it said conquest plus victory points. So like the problem with conquesting though is that you have to sacrifice a worker every single time.
Right.
So I think that was I don't really like the conquest side. Culture was really good. I wanted to go for culture, but then I was like, dang, you're going after it.
Yeah, I was going after it hard. I love that the worker placement in this game, there's no blockage.
Yeah.
I like that when I take my turn, I don't have to worry about where you've gone. Like, there's no blocking other players. I love that about this game. I love the fact that these can be randomized so that it's a different game every time. I love that this is the civilization deck. Like, there's a ton of civilizations. Some of the civilizations in here prevent you from losing workers whenever you do conquest or wonder, or like it negates a lot of the standard stuff. The difference is like you also have to factor in how many workers that civilization gives you. They might have powerful abilities, but only 2 workers for, and some of them are one-off, some of them are permanent. It's going to change game to game, I think, and I love that. There's a lot of replayability here.
Yeah, there is.
In addition to that, one of the modified variants is take 3 tokens and put them above the last couple of cards so that it changes the game a little bit. There's different tokens in the box. You just take 3 of them and it modifies or does special stuff for those last 3 rounds.
Okay.
There's also in the box, let's see, these are the wonders that we didn't use. There's like the Great Lighthouse, Chichen Itza, the Chicken Itza, Angkor Wat, Stonehenge, Terracotta Army, Great Pyramid, Great Wall, Colosseum. So there's all of those. The variants that we could have used but didn't. I think this is for solo play. These are like action cards, like that. They're actually like variants of these. Like here's fish, tax. So these are different action cards that could be added to the game. I'm guessing as part of a scenario. There's the Black Death, which I haven't even looked at. There's other action like technology trading. I don't know what any of this is without having to look. There's a blank card in here. It's a blank wonder card, so you can make your own wonder. Also, you can also customize the science stuff. Like, you can actually like make a science market, buy one, and replace it. Like, put it over top of like gunpowder. So you can sort of like replace. You can buy these and then replace your default card with new technologies.
That's actually cool.
So yeah, that's all of these here. So like, there are other ways to play this other than the base stuff that you saw. So this game is a total recommend for me. I really like this one. It's such a small box, but there's so much going on in this box. I really enjoyed it. If I were to play again, and it depends on the civilizations out here and the wonders, I might go after something other than culture next time. I was tempted to go after trading because there was, well, I did have trading, but that was much later. Like, there was a couple of strategies I was thinking about, but in the end I chose culture.
Yeah.
But I love that you can, your strategy is going to change based on what comes up.
I would play this without any limit on civilization. I want to conquer the world.
You just want to, yeah, so you're Caesar, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, I see.
I really enjoyed this. I actually didn't mind the way I played. Maybe I could have done things differently. But Conquest was hard, but I enjoyed the challenge. It was fun.
I hate saying this. I always say the opposite, right? I want a game like this, but longer. I typically don't say that because I'm pressed for time all the time. I would love, like you said, a game where there's more than 3 like there's only 6 rounds in a game. I would like a 12-round game, a longer span, like a longer 4X, but just as simplified. I don't want complicated hexes and like I don't want a grid that I'm moving units around. Like the Civilization, the board game that we have, New Dawn, like that one is a lot more complicated, I think. Or say Tapestry. That's a complicated Civilization style game. This is a simplified version. I want this simplified version, but I want a longer play session so I can use more of these technologies, build my engine more. This is like an engine builder, but I didn't get to build a whole lot of an engine. You know what I mean?
The whole civilization building is definitely an engine builder.
Right.
I would say like add a second row, you know, or like hold and hold double the amount of civilizations.
Or 1 round, like 2 rounds, 2 rounds, 2 rounds.
I thought that's what we did, didn't we?
Well, I take a turn, you take a turn, That was default. But what if I take a turn, you take a turn, I take a turn, you take a turn, 2 round. It's 1 round, 1 round, 1 round, 1 round. But make it 2 rounds, 2 rounds, 2 rounds.
Okay.
So that you get to do this twice.
I see.
Like, I go here, and then this, and then this, and I get all this back, and then you go, and then I go again, you go again, and then we move.
Yeah.
That's what like, maybe we can extend the game that way. I'm sure that would break balance. And maybe make it so that we have 6 civilizations instead of 3.
Yeah.
So that...
I have to wonder if it's like this because there could be a runaway leader problem. Every time there's a short game like this, I feel like there could... Maybe they thought of a runaway leader problem.
Maybe. Or maybe because the box does say 30 minutes on it.
Oh. Okay.
So, like, that... What I mean by that is... by doing any of that, you're extending the game to like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
If you don't know what you're doing.
It's a very fun game.
I love this game. This is gonna be a DGA award thing. I think I really enjoyed this one.
I agree.
And plus, like I said, that we didn't even get to all the other variants that were in the box. So
this is very tiny.
This is tiny epic, and this is a tiny epic game without being a tiny epic game.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it does a lot here. Well, there you go. Age of Civilization. If you guys haven't already, subscribe to me on Twitch and YouTube. That way you can stay up to date with any new content I happen to publish. This is Vincent Idley. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.
Bye, guys.